Good day, beautiful people. Today we will take a look at your integumentary system. Your integumentary system accordingly consists of your skin and its appendages. And yes, you have your skin consists accordingly of two layers. You have the epidermis and the dermis. And then, of course, as part of the appendages of the skin, you have your hair follicles and the hair, your sweat glands, your sebaceous glands, your nails, your mammary glands accordingly is even a mini part of the skin. Again, your integument that is composed of your skin and its appendages. And yes, your skin forms the outer covering of the body, and it is the skin as a covering is supported by your appendages or derivatives of your skin, like your hair, the nails, your sebaceous glands, and your sweat glands. And yes, your skin here is the largest organ of the body. It's the largest external organ po okay, constituting about 16% of the total body weight. Okay, and yes, your skin has two layers. You have your epidermis, which is the superficial. Yan po yung nakikita natin. And then you have your dermis as the deeper layer. Okay, your hypodermis accordingly consists of your adipose tissue that lies in the dermis, or you call your hypodermis as your subcutaneous tissue. And yes, some of your reference materials, they do not consider it as part of the skin. Okay? Your skin accordingly functions to provide covering for the underlying tissues. And yes, it is also for protection against injury, bacterial invasion, and desiccation. Yes, as based on your immunology, according to your immunology, your skin, it functions, or your intact skin functions as the first line of defense, no? And then yes, aside from that, it regulates body temperature, and also it is a reception of continual sensations from the environment, excretion from the sebaceous glands, apocrine and endocrine sweat glands. Okay, and yes, your skin functions for absorption of ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Okay, and so all of this are functions of your skin. But then, primarily, it provides a covering for the body. Okay, your skin, as what we said earlier, it is made of, or it has two layers. You have your superficial layer, which is the dermis, and then, I mean, epidermis, and then your dermis as the deep layer. And yes, your epidermis, it is made of squamous epithelium, or stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. And then your dermis, it is made of connective tissue. Okay, it is made of connective also has a blood supply. Okay, your skin receives blood supply via the following arterial plexuses. You have your rete subpapillary or papillary plexus. It is located below the dermal papillae. And then you have your reticutaneum or reticular plexus lies just below the dermis. And then your deepest plexus, it lies over the deep fascia. Please note that your skin has numerous arteriovenous anastomosis. And this arteriovenous anastomosis regulate blood flow through your capillary plexuses of the skin. Okay, please note that decreased blood flow to these capillaries conserve body temperature, whereas increased blood flow will decrease body temperature accordingly. Okay, decreased blood flow to these capillaries again will conserve body temperature, and then increased blood flow will decrease body temperature accordingly. Okay, and so that is one mechanism on how your skin regulate or yes okay on how your skin regulates temperature. It also has a nerve supply or neuron supply of neuron. Okay, it is accordingly your skin is supplied by your cutaneous nerve. Okay, you have your nerve supply, you have free nerve endings, Pacinian corpuscles, Meissner's corpuscles, Ruffini corpuscles, and end bulb of Cross together with, or your end bulb of Cross here is otherwise known as your bulboid corpuscle, and then you have your Merkel discs. Okay, your Merkel discs. Nerve endings, they are not covered by Schwann cells. And yes, your free nerve endings terminate in stratum granulosum of the epidermis and surround most of your hair follicles. Okay, yes, your free nerve endings carry fine touch. Okay, that is why they are present. I mean, they are located in the stratum granulosum and surround most of your hair follicles. Please note that they carry fine touch senses, heat, cold, pain, and hair movement senses. Okay, and so that is for your free nerve ending. Your Pacinian corpuscles. Your Pacinian corpuscles, they are large oval structures present in deeper part of the dermis and in hypodermis accordingly. Okay, and the nerve ending is surrounded by a concentric lamellae of flat fibroblast-like suppurative cells. Okay, what do they carry? Your Pacinian corpuscles carry deep pressure and vibration senses. Or this one, your Pacinian corpuscle, is for deep pressure and vibration senses. Your free nerve endings for pain sensation, heat, cold, and the rest. Ganun naman po kay free nerve endings. Let's take a look at your Meissner's corpuscle. Your Meissner's corpuscle, they are located within the dermal papillae of hairless skin. Dermal papillae of your hairless skin, saan po? In your palms. Wala pong hair yan. Okay? The nerve ending is surrounded by perpendicularly arranged supporting cells. Okay? And yes, they are responsible for light touch sensation. Okay? For your Meissner's corpuscle. Euryphenic corpuscle, they are elongated fusiform corpuscles. And yes, they carry stretch and torque sensation. Okay, they carry stretch and torque sensation. And yes, your ruffinic corpuscle consists of a single myelinated nerve fiber that is surrounded by a fluid-filled space enclosed in a capsule. Okay, and then you have your end bulb of Gauss. Okay, your end bulb of Gauss is a thermoreceptor sensing cold temperatures. These ones are located at the conjunctiva of the eye and mucous membranes of lips and tongue and epinurum of nerve trunks, penis and clitoris, and in synovial membranes and of your certain joints. Your Merkel discs, these are mechanoreceptors. Okay, and so sooner we will take a look at your Merkel disc. These are cells. Okay, cells present in your epidermis, and they are found in the basal epidermis and the hair follicles. Please note that they are mechanoreceptors. Okay, this one is an illustration showing you your layers of your layers of the skin. Okay, you have your epidermis, and your epidermis is further divided into strata or into layers. You have your stratum corneum, that is the outermost. Okay, next is your lucidum, and then granulosum, spinosum, and then you have your stratum basale. Okay, and then of course you have the dermis below your stratum basale. Okay, your epidermis, that is the most superficial layer of the skin. And yes, okay, if you try to go over when we talk about your introduction to your tissues, your epidermis is derived from your ectoderm, the outermost tissue layer of your uh yeah, the outermost tissue layer of embryonal tissue, sorry. And yes, it is composed of multiple layers of keratin containing cells. Okay, and so yes, you have your cells present in the epidermis are keratinocytes, melanocytes, Merkel cells, and Langerhans cells dispersed throughout. Okay, accordingly, together, these cells act as a barrier to external assault, such as radiating effects of ultraviolet light, okay, dynamic membrane, ensuring fluid and electrolyte balance is maintained. Okay, again, your epidermis is a dynamic membrane, ensuring fluid and electrolyte balance. And yes, okay, and so your epidermis with that, okay, function as a sensory organ and also an immune organ due to the presence of your Langerhans cells. And of course, sabi ko kanina, in immunology, your skin, an intact skin, okay, is the first line of defense. Okay, your layers of your epidermis. You have your stratum basale. Okay, your stratum basale here, this one is arranged from the innermost or from the deepest layer to your outermost. Your stratum corneum, this is the outermost. Ito po yung nakikita natin na part ng skin. Okay? Your stratum lucidum, this one is only seen in thick skin. Stratum lucidum, lucid, it's clear. Okay, only seen in thick skin. Okay, you have here an image showing you your skin. Okay, you have the following. You have your your epidermis dito po, your epidermis, and then you have your dermis, and then your hypodermis. Okay. Yes, you have here an illustration again of your skin. Histologic one naman. Okay, this is your epidermis. Okay, you have your stratum corneum, stratum lucidum. This one, your stratum lucidum, again, is located only in thick skin. So yes, this is a thick skin. Okay, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and then stratum basale. Okay, and so for this one, of course, you have here the dermis. Okay, your epidermis, for your references, they say it's 0.07 to 0.12 millimeters in thickness. And yes, there is a localized thickening on the palms of hand and soles of feet. So, meaning your palms of your hand and soles of your feet, they are thick skin. Okay, diba? They are thick skin. Okay, yes, let's take a look. Your epidermis, your main cell present is your keratinocytes. The main cell is your keratinocytes. And yes, they form the largest population of cells in your epidermis. And yes, they are arranged. Again, your epidermis, okay, you have 5 layers, no? Okay, just to share with you, this is just a nice to know. Please note that mitosis of your keratinocytes occurs at night. It occurs at night. Occurs at night. Okay, and so yes, please note. Okay, what is the major function? Major functions of your epidermis: maintenance of fluid and electrolyte balance. Later on, we will take a look at how. No, protection from UV light, and then sensory and immune function, because you have free nerve endings present, you have your Merkel disc present in your epidermis. And please note that your epidermis is avascular. Okay, avascular po siya. It does not have a blood supply. Okay, yung blood supply po na sinasabi ko kanina is blood supply to your epidermis, to your dermis. Okay, avascular, the cells receive nutrition via diffusion. Okay, via diffusion. Okay, you have here your thin skin. Your thin skin, okay, is located in the entire body except the thick skin areas, which is again your soles of your feet and palms of your hand. Okay, it is less than 5 layers of less than 5 layers of stratum corneum with no stratum lucidum. Okay, the hair follicles are hair follicles are present in your thin skin except in the lips, labia minora of your vagina, and then the glands of your penis. Please note that based on references, your thin skin is 75 to 150 micrometers in, okay, thickness. Okay, your thick skin. Okay, and so this one is also known as your glabrous skin. Okay, it is 400 to 600 micrometers in thickness. Okay, they are located in the palms of your hand and soles of your feet. Okay, and so yes, we have 5 layers of thick stratum corneum with increased granular layer. Okay, in your thick skin, it lacks sebaceous glands, and there is an increased eccrine glands. No arrector pili muscles, and no hair follicles. And that is for your thick skin. Okay, and so of course thick because it's thicker. Diba? Yes, let's take a look at the layers of your layers of your blood vessel. No, no, not anymore. Layers of your epidermis. Unahin mo natin, we will start from the deepest, okay, going to your superficial, no? So, stratum basale, this is the deepest layer. Okay, your stratum basale is otherwise known as your stratum germinativum, and it is again your deepest layer. Okay, it is made of single layer of mitotically active cuboidal to low columnar cells. So dito, bas germinativum, with the word itself, there is a germination. Okay, kaya there is a mitosis, sabi niya, mitotically active. There is mitosis, there is cell production. Okay, and these cells present in your stratum basale, they are basophilic cytoplasm. They have a basophilic cytoplasm and a large nuclei. Okay, cells present, you have you have melanocytes and Merkel cells that are dispersed among keratinocytes. Okay, please note that since it is mitotically active, it is your Malpighian layer kasi. Okay? Please don't confuse ha. Kapag Malpighian layer, it is both your stratum basale and stratum spinosum because both accordingly are capable of mitosis. Okay? So, in relation to mitosis, when new cells are formed, the previous layer of cells are pushed surfaceward. Okay, the previous layer, the cells present in the in the layer, in the next layer, in the outer layer is pushed surfaceward to join the next layer of the epidermis. Ganun po siya. Okay, so somewhat, it will push, they are pushed to the next stratum spinosum. Okay, and so your deepest layer is your stratum basale, and then your stratum spinosum. Your stratum basale is close to your epidermis, ha? Okay, and then after your basale, an outer layer, you have your stratum spinosum. And yes, accordingly, this is the thickest layer of the epidermis. The cells present here are polyhedral or flattened cells. And yes, please note that since it is the thickest layer, there are several layers of keratinocytes in the stratum spinosum. But then, please note that basal keratinocytes are mitotically active. They are mitotically active. Parang same with your stratum basale, cells in the stratum basale, which are mitotically active also. Okay? Your basal keratinocytes are mitotically active. That is why this portion of the stratum spinosum, together with your stratum basale, they are called as your Malpighian layer. They are called as your Malpighian layer. And yes, this Malpighian layer is responsible for the turnover of epidermal keratinocytes. Okay? And so for some references, your Malpighian layer, it is your germinative zone. That is your stratum basale and your stratum spinosum. Okay? Please note that the cells in your in your stratum corneum, spinosum, your stratum spinosum, the cells are connected via desmosomes. Okay? You remember your cell junctions. They are connected via desmosomes. Okay? And yes, your cells of the stratum spinosum interdigitate with one another by forming intercellular bridges. Okay, the spines of the cells. Okay, please note that based on your references, the spines of the cells are artifacts. Okay, they are artifacts. Saan po sila galing? They are caused by your sample preparation. Okay, sample preparation for histologic study, okay, produces spines. Kaya po, and they are artifacts. Okay, and yes, in your stratum spinosum, this one houses your Langerhans cells. Your stratum granulosum. Your stratum granulosum is made of 3 to 5 layers of flattened cells containing keratohyalin granules. Stratum granulosum, okay? And yes, this is the most superficial layer of the epidermis that possess nuclei. Okay? Stratum basale, there are nuclei. Nucleated po ang mga cells. Stratum spinosum, nucleated. Stratum granulosum, nucleated pa rin po. Okay, this is the most superficial layer of the epidermis that possess nuclei. And yes, okay, the cells contain coarse basophilic keratohyalin granules. Okay, you have coarse basophilic keratohyalin granules. Okay, and yes, these keratohyalin granules are precursor of your filaggrin protein. Your keratohyalin granules are precursor of your filaggrin protein. What is your filaggrin protein? Filaggrin protein, aggregation of your filaggrin protein will form your keratin filaments. Okay? Yes, please note that the cells present in the stratum granulosum also contain membrane-containing granules. They contain membrane-containing granules which are released by exocytosis in the extracellular space, forming sheets of lipid-rich substance. Okay? Again, okay, it formed this membrane-containing granules are released by exocytosis in the extracellular space, forming sheets of lipid-rich substance. What will this do? It functions or acts as a waterproof barrier. It acts as a waterproof barrier. Kaya, there is this function of this there is the function, naglista po tayo ng function. Okay, nilista po natin na function ng skin is to avoid, it prevents desiccation. Okay, and desiccation, the other term is drying. Okay, kaya po sabi niya dito, this waterproof barrier, okay, will prevent drying. Okay, after releasing their granules, the cells will undergo apoptosis. Okay, and then you have your stratum lucidum. Your stratum lucidum here is located or present only in thick skin, and they are clear, homogeneous, lightly staining layer of cells, and they do not have a nuclei. No nuclei and organelles. The cells are filled with keratohyalin embedded keratin-based tonofibril, or you call it as your elidin. Your elidin here is an your elidin is an intracellular protein that is derived from keratohyalin, which is converted to keratin in the stratum corneum. Okay? Again, your elidin is an intracellular protein that is derived from your keratohyalin granules or keratohyalin, which is further converted to keratin in the stratum corneum. Okay? Yes, there is a thickened appearance due to the deposition of non-keratin protein known as involucrin. Okay, that is in the stratum lucidum. There is a thickened appearance due to the deposition of non-keratin protein known as involucrin. Okay, and yes, you have your stratum corneum. It is the most superficial layer. And yes, this layer is composed of flattened keratinized cells with thickened plasma membrane. Please note, the cells lack nuclei and organelles. And yes, these are the cells, or this is the layer wherein the cells are sloughed off. Okay? Please note that sloughing off or desquamation is what you call. Desquamation equals the rapidity of new cell formation in the Malpighian layer. Okay. Your stratum corneum, the cells are filled with keratin fragments. Okay, the cells are filled with keratin fragments, and the cells are held together by extracellular lipid and carbohydrates that form a glue-like substance. Okay, this extracellular lipid makes your skin impermeable to water. Okay, ganyan po yun. And then, yes, it prevents escape of water also. That is why your skin, okay, functions for to avoid desiccation. Okay, and yes, the thickness of your stratum corneum depends on the amount of friction to which the skin is exposed. If this part of the skin is exposed to friction more frequently, then the stratum corneum is thicker in that part. Okay, this one is an illustration, histologic picture of a skin. No. Okay, you see here is your stratum corneum. Okay, your C is your stratum corneum. Okay, and then you have your stratum granulosum. Okay, stratum granulosum, spinosum, and then stratum basale. Corneum, granulosum, spinosum, and then stratum basale. Okay? And so you have your dermal papillae here. Dermal papilla po ito. Dermal papillae. And then you have your epidermis. Sorry, your dermis. Ito na po ang dermis nyo. Please note that dermis is thicker compared with the epidermis. Okay? And the dermis, it is vascular, while your epidermis is avascular. Okay. Yes, keratinocytes. Your keratinocytes, again, this is the yeah, okay, the cell that forms your that is present, or yes, your keratinocyte, it is 85% of your skin cells, so pinakamarami po sila. Your germinal cells of your stratum basale divide mitotically and will give rise to your keratinocytes. And yes, your keratinocyte produces keratin and forms the epidermal water barrier. Okay, again, deeper layers of your keratinocytes are basophilic because of the presence of rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is required for the synthesis of keratin. Okay, and which will be expressed in the cytoplasm, which will replace the nuclei also of your keratinocytes in the stratum corneum. Okay, again, the deeper layer of your keratinocytes are basophilic due to the presence of, they have a basophilic cytoplasm due to the presence of in endoplasmic reticulum, and this endoplasmic reticulum is required for the synthesis of keratin. Okay, your keratinization. Please note that your keratinocyte synthesizes keratohyalin granules, and these keratohyalin granules release keratin filaments into the cytoplasm, and these keratin fragments gets aggregated forming your keratin, and that is your keratinization. Your keratinization, of course, in keratinization, keratin filaments will replace the nucleus of the keratinocytes in the outer layers in the stratum corneum of the skin. Okay, your other cells, you have your Langerhans cells. Okay, Langerhans cells, these are antigen presenting cells that are located among the cells of your stratum spinosum. Okay, accordingly, they are dendritic cells. And yes, what do? The phagocytose, diba? Langerhans cells, these are macrophage of the skin kasi, yeah, the phagocytose bacteria and present bacterial antigens to your T cells. Okay? And yes, also aside from that, your Langerhans cells, they are responsible for delayed type hypersensitivity reaction. Okay? If your keratinocyte is 85% of the total skin cell population, your Langerhans cells accounts for 2 to 4% of the epidermal cell population. Okay? Yes, your Langerhans cells, they have dense nucleus, pale cytoplasm, and long slender processes that radiate from the cell body. Meaning, kaya may mga galamay daw po sila. Okay? Your Langerhans cells, okay, since it is a macrophage, saan po ba galing ang macrophage? Okay, macrophage will come from monocyte and monocyte is produced by the bone marrow. So dito, your Langerhans cells originate from the bone marrow. Okay, saan po siya makikita? Again, location, stratum spinosum of the skin, oral mucosa, vagina, and thymus. Okay. Also, your Langerhans cells can be found in the dermis. Okay, Merkel cells. Sabi ko sa inyo kanina, Merkel cells, this is part of your nerve supply, di ba? Okay, and so your Merkel cells, these are cells interspersed among keratinocytes of the stratum basale. And they are abundant in the fingertips, oral mucosa, and hair follicles. Okay, and so yes, they are oriented parallel to your basal lamina. Okay, please note that your Merkel cells, they have a dense cord granules located in the perinuclear zone and in the processes. And yes, it serves as mechanoreceptors. By the way, the nuclei of your Merkel cell is indented. Okay, indented with three types of cytoskeletal filaments that make up the cytoplasm. Okay, and please note that it is a mechanoreceptor. It serves as a mechanoreceptor. Your myelinated sensory nerve transfers the basal lamina to approximate your Merkel cells, forming what you call as your Merkel neurite complexes. Okay, Merkel neurite complexes. That is why there is this sensory nerve ending associated with Merkel cells. Kaya it serves as a mechanoreceptor. Your melanocytes. Melanocytes, these are present at the stratum germinativum. And yes, present at the stratum germinativum and stratum basale. Okay, they are derived from your neural crest and they are dendrite-like process. They have a dendrite-like processes arising from a round cell. And these processes, it lie between keratinocyte, no? This melanocyte synthesize your melanin pigment, okay? And so yes, they synthesize your melanin pigment. Your melanin pigment is transferred to melanin producing cells through the processes of your melanocytes. Okay, they have processes which will transfer the melanin to your melanin non-producing cells. And yes, you call the cells that receive the melanin from your melanocyte as melanophores. Melanophores, these are the cells that receive your melanin from your melanocytes. Okay, and yes, your melanin accordingly imparts brown coloration to the skin. Okay, imparts the brown pigment. Please note, in melanocytes, keratinocytes of the skin, pigmented epithelium of yes, location of your melanin, melanocytes, keratinocytes of the skin, pigmented epithelium of the retina, pigmented cells of vascular zone of eyeball, and some neurons of the brain. Okay, if your Langerhans is 2 to 4 and 85% for your keratinocytes, this melanocytes, they account for 3% of the total epidermal cell population. Okay, this one is an image showing you your skin again. Okay, and so you have here your epidermis. Okay, epidermis, and then you have a dermis, and then you have a subcutaneous layer. Okay, you have your dermis. Your dermis, this one lies directly deep to the epidermis. And yes, it is composed of dense, irregular, collagenous connective tissue containing mostly type 1 collagen and numerous elastic fibers. Okay. You have your papillary layer and a reticular layer. Okay, your papillary layer is the superficial region. So you have your b- stratum basale, and then you have your papillary layer. Okay, it is the superficial region that interdigitates with the epidermal ridge of the skin. And yes, it is loosely woven. Again, interdigitates with the epidermal ridges of the skin. In case of thick skin, the interdigitations are very prominent. Okay, they are okay, and yes, okay, your papillary layer is composed of loose connective tissue containing capillary loops and terminals of mechanoreceptor. Let's take a look at your reticular. Your reticular layer is made of coarse bundles of collagen fibers. This time, dito na po your dense, irregular, collagenous connective tissue. There are cells, okay, blood and lymphatic vessels present in your reticular layer. Please note that this reticular layer supports a vascular plexus. Okay, this reticular layer interdigitates with the underlying hypodermis. Okay, it houses your hair follicles, sebaceous glands, and sweat glands accordingly. Okay, and so cutaneous nerves are also present, and yes, their branches extend into the papillary layer and into the epidermis. Okay? Yes, this one actually is an illustration. This is your dermis. Okay, this is a dermis. Okay, this is an epidermal ridge, no? This is an epidermal ridge. And then this one, of course, is your dermis. Okay, your appendages of the skin. Appendages. You have your sebaceous glands. Okay, your sebaceous glands, these are branched alveolar glands or alveolar holocrine glands. What do they do? Okay, they secrete sebum. Okay, they secrete sebum. Yes, your sebaceous glands secrete sebum. And yes, the sebum is delivered into the neck of the hair follicle via a short, wide ducts. Okay? But then please note that your sebaceous glands, sabi natin, it is a branched alveolar glands. Okay? And so going back to your glands, sabi natin kapag holocrine, okay, the cell disintegrates. Okay? The cell disintegrates releasing its cytoplasmic contents. 'Di ba? If magsisikret siya, the cell will disintegrate. Mawawala yung buong cell. 'Di ba? Okay, it forms of sacules associated with hair follicles. And please note that the basal cells are located at the periphery of the saccule. Okay, that is for your sebaceous glands. And yes, it secretes sebum. Okay, it secretes. And what is your sebum? Your sebum is an oily, waxy substance that is there to moisturize, protect, and lubricate your skin and nails. Kaya kapag hindi ka niligo ng isang araw or ng 2 days, di ba nag-oily ang buhok, nag-oily ang mukha, okay? Accordingly, sebum yan, no? Anyway, and then you have your sweat glands. Your sweat glands, okay? They produce or they produce sweat or perspiration, okay? And so sweat glands, these are single layer of cuboidal epithelium with a basal lamina and a surrounding connective tissue of dermis. Since 'di ba kasi sabi natin last time, your glands, they are invaginations lang of your epithelium. Okay, invaginations of your epithelium. Okay, your eccrine sweat glands, they are simple coiled tubular glands. And these are distributed all over the body except the lips and external genitalia. Okay? Wala po siya sa lips, wala siya sa external genitalia, wala siya sa glands, wala siya sa labia minora, 'di ba? And yes, what do they do? Okay? This one, sweat or sweat glands release sweat to regulate the body temperature. 'Di ba napapansin niyo kapag mainit ang panahon, nagpe-perspire tayo. Okay, and that perspiration actually is utilized to cool down the body. Diba? It is utilized to cool down the body. Okay, this is accordingly structure of your uh, hair follicle and then your sweat glands. Okay, and so a green sweat glands, and then you have your arrector pili, and then your hair follicle. Okay, and then you have your apocrine glands. Your apocrine glands, these are simple coiled tubular glands or sweat glands pa rin, that is lined by simple cuboidal epithelium. You have myoepithelial cells and a basal lamina. Okay, what do they do? It is for the production of protein-rich secretion. Okay, ducts open your hair follicle just above the levels of your sebaceous glands. And yes, it is located in the axilla, circumanal region, and mons pubis. Please note that there is this modified apocrine sweat glands, and you call that as ceruminous glands. Modified apocrine sweat glands. Okay, you call it as ceruminous glands. Ceruminous glands. Okay, and so your ceruminous glands, this one is responsible in what do you call this? Release. Okay, this one is responsible in releasing your cerumen, or this is your earwax, no? Earwax. Okay, and so saan mo siya makikita? Your ceruminous glands, okay, they are located in the outer ear canal. Okay? And so, yan po. Yes, your outer ear canal or your your cerumen or your earwax, okay, functions to trap foreign particles. Okay? And then, yes, you have your hair. Your hair is an epidermal downgrowth embedded into the dermis, and it has a free shaft surrounded by several layers of cylindrical sheets of cells. Sheath. Okay, you have a hair bulb. Okay, that is the terminal end of the hair follicle that is expanded. Terminal end. So your hair bulb is located in the dermis. Okay, and yes, it is composed of connective tissue papilla and the hair root. Okay, your hair shaft, of course, and your hair root consists of keratinized cells. And yes, for some of your references, your hair is considered as a modification or a modified part of the stratum corneum of the epidermis. Okay, your hair accordingly is considered as a modified part of the stratum corneum of the epidermis. Okay, and this one is an illustration of your skin. I mean of your hair, diba? Okay, and so yes, you have your hair here. Okay, and so this is your hair. Of course, you have your dermis. I mean epidermis. Epidermis po dito na portion and then dermis dito. Okay, and so you have your hair bulb. Okay, dito. This is your hair bulb, your root, and then of course dito, shaft na po ito. Shaft na. Yung nakikita nyo, nakikita po natin, that is shaft. Okay. This one is a histologic image, okay, of your hair bulb, no? Okay, of your hair bulb. And then you have your arrector pili. Your arrector pili. Arrector pili, this or arrector pili muscles, these are bundles of smooth muscle cells extending from the hair follicle to the papillary layer of the dermis. Okay? And yes, what do? They cradle the sebaceous glands. Cradle the sebaceous glands. And yes, please note that contraction of these muscle fibers elevate the hair, forming your goosebumps. Okay, your arrector pili. Okay, contractions of your arrector pili muscles will elevate the hair, forming your goosebumps. Okay, and will release heat and assist in the delivery of sebum from the gland to its duct. Okay? Your nails is made of keratinized epithelial cells arranged in plates of hard keratin. or yes, simply, your nail plate consists of keratinized cells, 'di ba? And yes, your nail plate sits on the nail bed. And yes, please note that the nail bed is a continuation of your stratum basale and stratum spinosum of the epidermis. Okay, your nail bed, again, continuation of your stratum corneum and stratum lucidum. And it is highly vascular, connective tissue layer to the nail plate. The nail itself, the nail plate is avascular. It does not have a blood supply. Okay, kaya kapag kinakat mo siya, hindi siya dumudugo kasi it is avascular. Okay, and please note that the nail cells or the cells present in the nail do not desquamate. They do not desquamate. Hindi po sila nagsished, hindi po sila nagsished off. Okay, or they are not sloughed off. Okay? Before we end. Okay, reading assignment, please read on the parts of the hair, the shaft, parts of your hair, parts of the shaft, parts of the root, okay, the bulb, the hair papilla, and the hair follicle. Also parts of the nail, hyponychium, germinal matrix, lunula, and the rest. Okay? And so, yes, sabi ko kanina, I told you earlier that your mammary glands is a part of your integumentary or your skin. Okay? And so, yes, soon as we move into your female reproductive system, okay, doon po natin i-insert ang mammary glands. Okay, doon po natin i-insert ang mammary glands. Yes, beautiful people, I guess that's it for our integumentary system. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, this has been Gael, reminding you to live fully, love deeply, laugh often, keep learning, and never forget to enjoy the ride. Thank you and see you around.